Good morning, guys, and welcome to today's edition of Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azam, featuring Jade, Gwenny Gwen Johnson. Good morning, Jade.
Good morning, Azam.
On this good Tuesday morning, how are you doing?
I'm really nice.
Yeah, I've been feeling the energy.
Yes, I feel so relaxed, and I'm trying to keep the spirit all week.
You been what?
Trying to keep the spirit all week. Just, it's relaxed.
Just relaxed?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, guys, it is November 9th, which is one day after the 8th, and one day before the 10th.
Yes. Usual.
Yeah.
We coordinated so nicely today.
Yeah, colors kind of going, yeah. What you should say? The eyes,
Don't
Chico.
ask me. I don't know.
The eyes, Chico.
I don't know. It's a movie phrase.
What the bottom piece saying?
What about me?
Oh, they never lie.
See?
That's Godfather?
Vader. I don't remember.
It's Godfather? I think it's Godfather.
But this is a good point though.
See, the truth is that the eyes never lie.
I mean, it is very just.
No, the truth is the eyes never lie. The problem is most people can't read the eyes. You see what's going on there?
Yes.
Okay. But guys, we are here and we got an interesting show for you guys today. Lots of interesting stories. Some that we should have gotten to yesterday. You got two from yesterday that I want to get to today.
Which one?
Astro World and Gun World.
What was Gun World? Oh, boy.
Astro World and Gun World.
I should say two things right up your alley, eh? Right, Azam?
No. Actually, very foreign ideas. Very, very, very foreign.
You see how that feel?
What?
Oh, boy, we do me yesterday.
Except.
No, don't try that. It's not. Because I'll stay here and slander you all day.
And I just asked you a question,
And you know me got money, so you can't sue me.
I just asked you a question yesterday.
That's fine. I just asked you one today. Yeah.
I see.
Small thing.
I need to pay more attention to my beard.
Why? Why?
Beards need love, They don't just grow into the magnificent manes just like that. Like you have to care them.
Yes, I've seen some beard lines pop up recently, where you have like a full kit to take care of your lovely mane.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all.
Remember, there's no real protective styles for your beard, So it's like here, you have to maintain it.
Do you think beards are like makeup? Well, not in the sense that you could take off makeup. But
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like they do something for
Boy.
a man's countenance. Let me tell you something, right? Women who there's some women in this world who understand the power of the beard. They understand the power of the beard. Like it ain't every woman has like a full understanding, but there's some that do. And the problem is, even that they do, they can't do nothing about it. They can't do nothing about it. It's just what it is. Like I have this particular group of friends
that all have beards.
All the women, they don't have beards.
I mean, some of
I'm saying these particular women don't have beards. And they have this running joke, because we were in a group chat for a group that we're all a part of, and they just...
You're in a group with a bunch of older ladies?
Yes.
That's for you?
Yes.
That would be you for sure.
Yeah.
Is India probably fun, isn't it?
Very much so.
I know,
Very much so.
They just always look so happy and jovial.
What?
And like things don't bother them no more.
Let me tell the young men them something. Young men.
What is?
Young men. If you recognize, right, or suspect that there is a mature woman, older than you, let me talk to the young men, early 20s, that kind of thing, who has taken a particular interest in you, a particular liking, don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to explore. You'll learn so much. You'll learn so much. That's part of the problem, you know. Part of the problem is that there are a lot of men running around who have not received the proper tutelage from a mature woman. That's why it is. That's what's going on here, Jade. And then what happened is now, you now have to go deal with them same untrained men. Listen to your Uncle Royal, guys. It's a rite of passage. What happened, Jade?
No. Nothing.
No, I just out there trying to help the nation, you know.
I can tell.
Yeah, that's out there
I
trying
can
to help the
tell.
nation. That would have happened. Well, but let me tell you something, and let me shout out this morning, since we're on this train of thought. There's something about a mature woman, right,
Oh dear.
who carries herself with class and dignity.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not even joking.
Uh-huh.
Carries herself with class
I'll let you
and
cook. Go ahead, do you
with
think?
class and dignity. You understand? When you could look at a woman and can tell she takes pride in how she presents herself,
Uh-huh.
right? She takes care of her body,
Uh-huh.
probably eats well, drinks a lot of water, that kind of thing. Something about that is just very admirable, right?
Shout out to them too.
Shout out. A lot of times we all up here boosting up the young girl them.
We
You know, people be around. You know, Jade. You have TikTok. You have IG. You see what be going on there.
I just I got TikTok.
Let me tell you something, right? No, and people overlook this. You know, people
Uh-huh.
overlook this. People overlook it all the time. The mature women who just have navigated life in a way
Uh-huh.
to end up at a place where they still look amazing, carry themselves amazing, have a certain sense of independence. You know what I mean? They need not
As
this
if
for
it sound
nothing.
Like you're-
No, I'm telling you, I just shouting them out because I feel like they don't get enough love and attention in the media.
sounds like you auditioning to be a sugar baby boy.
Jade, but we spoke about this. We discussed this at length.
Carry on.
Carry on.
This is a great ad.
No.
No, this is
All
I'm not
joke
going to lie,
aside.
this is-
All joke aside.
Not with
Jade.
you. I'm with you.
And
for
you know them, you know them.
course.
I'm sure I'm here talking about it, and you could see some of them in your mind right
Of
now.
course.
Yeah, just carry yourself well. Like you ain't got to be no hot, skinny. No, just when you take pride, when you say, "Well, when take pride in yourself, carry yourself with class, dignity, hold your head up." Yo, yeah, I'll be doing it.
I was going to read a comment just now, but Lord, China terrible.
China?
Yeah.
What's going on with China? Oh.
That is not nice at all.
Yeah, they be doing it.
Huh?
Let's see.
Come like get your cash up.
Yeah, people trying to call in. Let's see what's going on
Uh-huh.
here. Good morning, caller 11 Island T. What's up? Morning.
One of the older ladies was calling you, man.
No. I think what happening is that I think that there's some people out there who share the same sentiment as me,
Uh-huh.
and
They're calling to
yeah, I wanted to give the flowers to those who
As
deserve
they
it.
should.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning. Don't stop, man. You're firing on all the cylinders, man. You're hitting on all the cylinders. Go right ahead.
I appreciate it.
stop.
Thank you.
Don't even go China. Continue down the road you're going. You're doing good. Go ahead. Have a good day.
Morning. See, that's what I'm telling you, Jade. That's what I'm telling you. You see, a lot of times, right, the focus is on the younger women, and I think, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No. Mm-mm.
There's nothing wrong with that. But at some point, we have to recognize, you know, when you're talking about sports and you're talking about who the greatest of all time are, part of the equation ain't just who score a lot of points this season, right? Who make a lot of runs this season. Something is to be said for longevity. Something is to be said for longevity. And I'm going to tell you something. Me and call the name. I used to teach years and years ago, right? And there's some women who I taught, when I look at them now, they look like they could probably be, let's say, I'm going to say my mother, but maybe your older aunt. I said, miss, I thought you in first farm. But this is true. This is true. I think what people don't. I think what people don't understand, right, is that things take maintenance. You see the buildings, them what people don't take care of. You say run and look.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said. That is why when we look at places like Europe, Eastern Europe, and so on, we look. That's why we admire these buildings so much. They might not be the newest, most modern building. They ain't got a 110 in there. Everything is 220. But guess what? They've been maintained and they still carry a certain class from a certain time. And you got to appreciate that.
Shout out to all those women this morning.
Shout out, hey.
If you choose
Shout out to the mums.
Going.
Shout out to the mums. Shout out to the grandmoms. Shout out to the hot aunts. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, everybody got a hot auntie here. Everybody got a hot auntie. And if you don't have a hot auntie, then it's probably your mother. Your mother is probably the hot aunt.
Shout out to all you women.
Yeah.
If y'all there wasn't going how we were supposed to be going, Azim has fixed it.
I'm just saying.
Wholeheartedly fixed it.
I'm just saying
he has fixed the nation.
Look, watch here. Things need to be said.
No, you're right.
Things need to be said.
I agree with
I might
you.
get some flack for it. I might go downstairs and the young girl and watching me bad.
So you get sometimes.
But yeah, watch here. All the ladies killing it right now.
That was a message from Azim Bailey. You know where to find him if you need him.
Need me.
You're sick man.
Yes, I am.
Anywho. Feel better? I feel like you had down your chest.
Yeah, it just sometimes
spirit
when the spirit
came over
move,
you,
yeah,
yes,
when the
I
spirit
see.
move, when the spirit
see.
move. I was not my own.
You had a
mother.
message on your chest this morning.
Gotcha. I'm just but a humble servant. I'm just but a humble servant, Jade. As the spirit moves, I move.
I have no words. I have literally no words.
Well, why don't we give them some statistics then? Since you don't have no words.
That I can do.
All
That I
right.
can do. So, this is your COVID report as of the 8th of November, which was yesterday. We have 0 confirmed new cases.
This is from a Monday?
Yes, as you know what I mean. You know what I mean. As you know what
Yesterday
I mean.
wasn't a holiday.
No, and the day before it was also
0.
yes.
Okay, look.
You know how long we haven't had
we've gotten some zeros on a Sunday, and we understand why, right?
on a Monday.
But on a Monday, we've reached new heights.
That's
0 new cases.
and that's why the carnival calendar came out yesterday. Because they know.
Yo, St. Kitts are well. Let's finish the report and then we could touch on just how well St. Kitts people are. St. Kitts people gonna chill you?
That's all.
Bye.
So yes, no confirmed cases in the last 24 hours, which keeps our total at 2,717. 97 active cases.
Under 100. Another milestone.
What did I just
Another milestone. Here we go.
So what?
The man saying let's open up. And I know that a lot of people. I know. You know what?
Y'all only wanted to zero. Like y'all good.
Yeah, that's fine. People been saying let's open up and we had 1,000 cases. Come on, Jade.
Oh, that's true. So they were looking pretty promising. You're right. Pretty promising.
Yeah.
Like I could see why.
Yeah. Well, guys,
I don't want to laugh. I do not want to laugh.
I'm really just happy to see the numbers continuing on a downward trend. I keep saying though, every time we read this COVID report, of course, adhere to the protocols. Be mindful. Treat this thing with the respect that it deserves, please. Again, I keep telling you, I am not in a discussion about who vaccinated, who unvaccinated, who foreign, who ain't foreign, who doing about that there. Are you a person that operates with some level of responsibility or not? That's it for me.
That's the most important.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's keep these zeros coming.
Yeah, so move with some responsibility, but also the reason why it's important to even move further now is because, as we see the numbers go down, sometimes people get a bit lackadaisical.
We start
right?
relaxing.
Yeah, I start coughing in people's face again. Stop it. Let's not get there.
Think about how disgusting life was before COVID.
Hey, let me tell you something, right? They could announce tomorrow that they find a cure for COVID. I probably gonna be masking up in certain situations.
Bye. I can think
probably-
about a couple situations
Yep.
where I knew.
Look, the Chinese people knew what was going on a long time, yeah. When I would travel to especially Europe, especially to the east, them Chinese people wearing masks for years upon years, you know. Them ain't playing with the mask. I mean, yeah, the pollution was kind of tense over there.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on it. It was actually quite scary, but you know.
Yeah, yes, that's smog they were in to play with.
Boy.
But
So it's understandable.
but then they understood. They
Yeah, this
understood.
probably was like. Are you sure I'm pretty sure when they were looking at the rest of the world adapt to mask, they were like,
So this is a thing. Think about how crazy it must have been for like people who for decades wearing masks has been a norm that has not had to be mandated. Like people
literally
just
another
right
death for
and
them.
watching the fights over mask mandates. Like you can imagine how crazy they must have been watching that on TV. Like wait, there's people arguing to not wear masks in the middle of a pandemic.
We embarrass ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, the West is
It's a interesting place.
yeah, the West is an interesting place.
I mean, everywhere is crazier, but sometimes I'm pretty sure they'll just look at us like,
Yeah,
this is what y'all really down there.
and we don't watch at them funny with their leftovers.
I'm not doing this with you. I am not doing this with you. Just so you know.
I mean, what happens if a man eat 2 centipede and it up a hamburger?
But that's not, you know what's wild? Y'all just go to these foreign countries, right? See things in bottles, no idea what they are, and drink them.
Like what?
You never see like the alcohol that has like centipedes and stuff in it, and men just be like, yes, give me.
You mean in Nevis jail? Come on, like this happens here
So
all the
why
time.
when people do what you just said, it's weird to them?
Culture.
Y'all some hypocrites. Y'all some hypocrites.
We are all hypocrites, Jade.
Yes, I know. But
The
in this
thing-
situation,
Like I don't get that. Like I have been sitting at a popular watering hole in Nevis and seen the whatever it is. I don't want to call it a drink. It was a liquid. It was barely a liquid because by the time you open the bottle, it almost like it evaporated like a gas.
it was like a spell.
And I'm looking at it, I was like, what are in there? And the man said, oh yeah man, a centipede by. I like, what?
Yeah, man, I think of
Why?
it.
But why would you put the centipede in the drink? The man tell me it's good for the back. I said, what?
Yeah, a lot of Ketisha Mendes do a lot of things on the strength of the back, you know.
The back. The
They
back
have
does,
what?
the back does make a lot of hard work and craziness. Eh? We can tell her.
One of these days we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask why, because that is a good point.
Maybe we need to open the lines after we finish for men to give the ideas and the things they do
Yeah, men, y'all talk to us because y'all just be doing some weird things.
on the strength of the back. Yeah, it
It's
is
very strange.
it's
And
strange.
y'all always feel like,
I guess the whole point is it's only strange if you don't work. You know how like no matter how bad a team is or how bad a athlete is in the locker room and them thing there, if they're winning, it fixes everything.
wow. Okay.
Like winning fixes everything. So I guess it's the same thing like this. If the results
But the results may vary. So I don't know if y'all all want to test this theory. Anywho,
boom bang, Patrick, big up yourself.
not bad.
Big up yourself.
Because y'all just be drinking centipedes
Well,
regularly.
that's what it is. What do you mean? They come out the Canefield, Sugar City. They come out the Canefield, they cut the Canefield, now they end up in our bottles. They had to go somewhere, Jade.
In your body. That's, yeah.
They had to go somewhere. But yeah, we're gonna have to have a discussion about some, and this is a broader discussion, about the local bush remedies and thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, yes, there is a lot of them.
Oh, but don't bother talk about turtle blood.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Yeah, this is a real
No,
discussion.
I'm leaving. I'm honestly leaving.
There's a real
I'm not
discussion,
doing
Jade.
this.
Yeah. You don't always have to just go by the.
That literally turned my whole stomach. I'm not going to lie.
What, the blood? And people out here eating black pudding and all kind of thing? I have no idea what blackwood is. I'm scared. I hear about black stone.
Please stop doing these things to yourselves. I mean, if y'all like it, okay, cool. Do your thing.
I don't think the men is the one who like it. I don't think the liking is on the men's.
It's weird. It's weird. To me, anyway. It's time to take a little break.
Stick with that sarsaparilla, see?
Sarsaparilla.
A little saucy. Yes, Jay, we probably should take a break.
I think so too.
But guys, we're gonna take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN, because we have our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation in the building with us for talking trash.
Yes.
Stay tuned, stay locked, don't go nowhere.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Win Media SKN. And we are here with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation, ready to talk some trash. Nama, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing good, actually. It's been a good morning so far.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, just giving flowers to those who deserve it all morning. And yeah, you deserve some flowers as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you've been doing such
I
a
always
great
love
job.
flowers.
Yeah, you've been doing such a great job. Coming and hanging out with us on Tuesdays.
I love it. You
I
can just
love it
always
too.
feel the good spirit.
Vibes. What you have on your agenda this morning, Nama?
Well, today I have on my agenda basically what can we do in our own households to manage the waste that comes out of our households? Because I know we talk about waste, and that there's too much out there. The landfill, is fast filling up. But what can we actually do? Tangible things that we can do to minimize the amount of waste that comes out of our homes.
Well, I need this. Yesterday, the truck passed by.
Yeah.
And I was like, bye. I feel bad enough for the people 'cause a lot of trash out there. So maybe I need to pay attention to these tips.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, share some of them with me now.
Yes, because I mean, as you said, when you see the loaders having to lift up some of those bins, and they're heavy.
Yes.
And so, really and truly, it's just consideration for other persons, but as well as for the environment.
For sure.
So, the world population is fast increasing. It has been for quite some time now. And because of the pace, waste management has become a pressing issue. And unfortunately, the earth has accumulated massive amounts of waste without a proper disposal system. And so that has led us to the crisis that we are in. For example, in India, India alone creates 62 million tons of recyclable and non-recyclable waste per annum, according to the information from the Press Information Bureau. So let's just calculate that for a second. 62 million tons. And I know I did a presentation.
Million with an M?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I did a presentation on Saturday for the Man in the Biosphere, and some person was saying, "Oh, tons! We don't really understand what tons mean." So let's calculate that into pounds, something that we can sort of relate to a little bit more. And so, by approximately 2,200, right? And that carries us. For those of you who are like me, you need a calculator. So pull out your phones, pull out your calculators. We're multiplying 62 million by 2,200.
Wow.
Just to get an approximation. And that carries us to 130 billion pounds per year.
And that's one country.
Just one.
This is
One
not
country.
the entire world.
No, not even a continent. You're just talking about one country
Wow.
producing that per year.
Them didn't eat a lot of curry by. Plastic.
And I'm sure they're probably not the worst in terms of the culprits of, globally.
Right.
And so they're producing a lot of waste. So what happens to that waste? But a lot of waste that's produced, it comes from our households. So what do we do as an individual? What do you do as a household to minimize the amount of waste that comes out? And I strongly believe in accountability. We have to be responsible for our own actions. And some persons might say, well, me own a factory, me really producing that much waste. You may not, but every bit counts.
For sure.
Every decision you make counts. And so let's take accountability. Let's be accountable for our own actions, and let's be responsible for what we do as a society, as a community. And so let's start with some tips. And the first tip for me is you have to manage what goes in order to manage what comes out. So in terms of managing what goes in, I prepared some tips for y'all, so bear with me. And you said you needed some, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm listening.
Avoid plastics. I know we talk about plastic, but you have to try to avoid plastic. So we usually generally speak about, yes, say no to plastic, say no to this. But what are the little decisions you can actually make? So reusable bags when you go shopping. Listen, this goes a long, 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 long way when you talk about reusable bags. Because when we go shopping, just count the number of bags for each trip. And those are doubled.
Wow.
That's another thing. If you forgot your bag, then ask them not to double the bags at least. Especially for those lighter items. Listen, you go and you pick up something simple, something not even major, and the bag is doubled. Oh, me want nobody see what me pick up. That's usually the thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially if you're driving too, because it's a short walk.
Exactly.
Yeah, short walk to the vehicle. The bag go hold up.
but listen, most of the time, the people already saw what you picked up in the supermarket. Who's watching you when you go to your car? Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, nobody care if you buy cornflakes. Like,
Thank you. So what if they know the brand that you buy? Does it make that much of a difference? No. So, I mean, sometimes we are bothered by the little things and not really focus on what's important. And what's important is minimizing the amount of plastic that we are using and putting into our homes. So don't double your bags. Use cloth bags when possible, and not just in the supermarket, because you know when we go shopping elsewhere, we also are given bags. So if you shop for clothes and so forth, you're also sometimes given plastic bags. So use your cloth bag, take your tote bag whenever you're shopping anywhere, and so you can say, yes, I'm doing this for the environment. Then use take like jars and ceramic stuff. So those things are reusable. So you're not constantly buying these plastic items all the time. So in reducing plastic when shopping, try to buy in bulk. I know it's difficult for some persons, especially financially, being able to purchase things in bulk, and that's understandable. But for those who are able to, then do so. If you have the ability to do something, do it. We understand that individuals, sometimes all you can do is pick up one little item at a shop, because that's what your budget allows, and that's fine. But when your budget allows for you to shop in bulk, then shop in bulk so that you try to minimize packaging, because packaging has a lot of plastics. And sometimes you say, okay, I'm going to shop in bulk, but you know, you shop in bulk and each item in the bulk item is
individual.
Yeah, that's kind of counterproductive. So you have to also look at the type of packaging. So recyclable packaging and so forth. So all of that, what's coming into your home matters. So reduce that. Choose packaging that's recyclable. And you're purchasing large, not just in terms of quantity, but the packaging itself cannot be individually packaged so that you can reduce the plastic. When ordering food, remember that's coming into your home. You have a lot of persons, a lot of vendors now who are offering recyclable boxes and so forth. And so do that. Choose those vendors who are offering. And even if the vendor doesn't have, there are other measures you can take. Refuse the straw. Refuse the cutlery, because you're eating at home anyways.
Yeah, I do that. I tell them, no, don't put a fork in mine.
Yeah.
I don't even like plastic forks.
Because you're trying to eat and you're trying to poke into that chicken and it just break on you and just...
It is not doing it.
No. So
to go get
you
the
prefer your own fork, and you
Yes.
probably have a favorite fork, right?
Well, one or two of them. I rotate.
Same here. Guilty. So you just refuse those things, and that goes a long way. Can you imagine, with our population, each individual refusing to use plastic cutlery? It makes a huge difference.
It goes a long way.
Yes, and the thing is, when I spoke earlier about accountability, some persons will say, because I'm not a factory, I'm not producing that much. However, when we make decisions as a people, because our society is like a body, each organ, each cell, and each of us are a cell. So when it is each one of us makes a decision to change, you're going to change the entire body over time. So you're going to force the policymakers to make policies that will benefit us as a cell. Right. And then it's going to force the factories to fall in line as well. And so then it becomes a fully functioning, better organism, rather than us saying, oh, we're waiting on the policymakers, or we're waiting on the factories to change. They're not going to unless we push them towards that, because we are the government. And so at the end of the day, if we make that decision, then everything else will also fall in line. And so another thing persons like to do is composting. You can compost some of the waste. You compost that. And that's really good manure for persons with gardens. And even if you don't have a garden, perhaps your friend does, your neighbor does. And so you can create for them. And who knows, you can start a little business as well for those of you who are looking for a little change. And you might be surprised just how much that business grows.
Right.
You know, sometimes we start things for fun and kicks, and then it just takes on a life of its own, you really never know when your big break or when that opportunity is
Right.
going to present itself. And for a lot of years, I think I still have it up on my status. When preparations meet opportunity, success is inevitable. And so if you are prepared, you're not going to wait until the opportunity presents itself for you to prepare.
Right.
So start now, and you never know when that opportunity is going to show up. And then you're prepared and you're successful, and people think, oh, it's overnight, but it's not. You prepared. And so now that the opportunity presents itself, so segregate your waste, separate your waste, put your wet stuff and so forth, create that compost, and who knows, that might be your preparation for that opportunity for your success in the future. So you have that. So you can do a little research with regards to composting, etc. And I believe probably in the future we're going to probably talk a little bit more on that, because we do have individuals who went on training to Japan years ago from solid waste. Yes, so we have persons with the knowledge right here who can give you tips, who can show you how you can do composting on a smaller scale as
Okay,
well.
nice.
Yeah. Now this, I might be attacking myself a bit on this one. Minimize the use of paper. Yeah. This one is a hard one for me personally.
Oh.
Yes. Because
What are some of the ways you use paper?
no, I always have books and notebooks and so forth. Like my bag is, you know, when if you say, some persons say women's bags are a weapon, and if you try to grade it, mine is probably like one of those tanks. I have books, and I tell myself they all serve a purpose. Each book is for something specific. Of course, it gets mixed up after a while, but each book serves a purpose, and so
Yeah.
I'm
you use a lot of paper.
Yes. And so for me, that is something I'm working on. So I'm trying to minimize. I've gone down probably from maybe about 6, 7 books and 3, 4 diaries to, I now have 2 diaries and about 3 books.
Confession is good for the soul.
Yes, yes. I feel, I don't feel that much better, honestly. But, so we all, no one is perfect. I am definitely far from it. And so just to refuse that. Now, another thing persons do is we always want the receipts at the ATM. I'm guilty of that because I have trust issues.
Right.
And so the ATM gives me my money and I'm going to count it.
Right.
I'm not trusting no ATM. I'm going to count my money. So, I mean, some of us have trust issues. But really and truly, when we get that receipt, we do not even glance at it.
Yeah.
We just throw it away.
It just clack, clack, clack.
Exactly. So just refuse it. Just click on the option that you don't want a receipt.
Right.
And you save paper. When you're at work and you want to make corrections, some of us like that pen and paper feeling. And so we want to print it, make the corrections. Then you still have to make the corrections on the PC. Well, I'm not guilty of that. Make the corrections. Just if you want to save the document and back it up, email it to yourself.
Right.
Make all the corrections before you have to print. If you can do a PowerPoint presentation, then better than having to print paper. Print when it's absolutely essential and necessary to do so. I'm sure you have other ways of how we can minimize on paper usage.
Well, I mean, one of the things you were talking about printing, one of the things that I find helped me minimize paper usage was using some of these like Google Documents and stuff, these automatically updating documents. And especially for co-work, if you're working with persons, using like these online services that allow you, everybody to edit the same document.
Yes, at the same time. So, yes.
Yeah, that helps a lot instead of like printing and then sending back and reprinting and like.
Exactly.
So that's a huge one.
Yes, so we have other ways, we have many ways in which we can minimize on the use of paper. Kindle books instead of having, paperback.
See, that's one for me. That's one that I need to adjust to.
Yeah, I know.
I like the feel of the book.
When I turn that page,
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah.
And I love, especially my bigger books, like the books that are thicker, I feel accomplished
Right.
Kindle does not give me that same sense of accomplishment.
Right.
Even though maybe it has more pages, the book might have more pages. But when I turn that and I feel and I finish that book and I close it, there's this sense of accomplishment, or this sense of that I did something.
Right.
So yeah, but it's just a mental shift.
Right,
That's
exactly.
required to
Yeah.
change that. So we have a lot of ways that we can definitely minimize the use of paper. Using sturdy and recyclable containers. We spoke extensively on repurposing last week. So we know what we ought to do. And if you missed that show, definitely go to Win Media SKN on Facebook or YouTube and look for Island Tea's show from last week. And you'll get all the info. And thank me later, because there are a lot of other past shows that you can definitely catch up on. So if you missed something at any point in time, or if you had to run away in the middle of a show, just go to the YouTube page and you can take your time, listen and laugh and enjoy with us all every single. You can watch the show over and over again if you so wish to. Right? And I know some of us want to use like plastic stuff because the little munchkins might break the glass. So try to find a way to keep them away from the little munchkins. Or some of us have slippery fingers, and so we want to use plastic stuff. But really and truly, they are durable, really good quality glass that you can have that's not that prone to breakage. And then you put them in a safe area so that you don't have to keep buying these more expensive items, but definitely better for the environment.
Right.
So we've reduced trash while shopping, we've composed in our kitchen, we have minimized the use of paper, we have repurposed containers, and now donate items whenever possible. I know this is, yeah.
To all you hoarders out there.
Hey,
Yes.
I am not a hoarder.
Okay.
I am not a hoarder.
Yeah.
I think I am a dreamer. That's what I
it
am.
is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm a dreamer. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a dreamer. So I dream that one day that dress is going to fit again.
No.
So I take comfort in believing that one, you know what, it's going to fit one way or the other. It's going to fit. So I keep it.
Right.
Thinking it's going to fit one day. But really and truly, somebody needs to come and burst that dream bubble pops and just say, you know what, Nama, it's in good condition. You probably didn't wear it that much. And that's another thing. When we're giving away, don't give away things that are not in good condition. If you don't have use for it anyway, it's in good condition, then you give it away.
Right.
I was showing some slides in the same presentation from earlier this week. And when you look at some of the waste, we were talking about illegal dumping. And when you look at some of the waste, you're seeing clothes
Yeah.
item.
Big bags.
Huge bags.
Big bag of clothes. You ever see them?
And it's like, okay, you couldn't go through this, see what is in good condition, and give it away to somebody, because there's so many persons out there in need. And not just clothing. You're talking about computers. You're talking about appliances. Sometimes these things are still functional, and somebody else may not have the capital, the money to go and purchase these things. So
Right.
you can give to your neighbor. You can find out, and I mean, sometimes it's not somebody in your immediate circle, but if you ask around, just a 1-2 person, you'll be surprised that somebody knows somebody who needs something.
Yes.
Right now, students have to be homeschooled, or persons are going back to school, trying to do some online courses, etc. A lot of persons are out of work, and they are trying to maybe better themselves, take on a little course here and there, and they need a computer or a laptop. So it's a little bit slow, but it's still functional. So you can find someone and give it to them. I think schools as well take like old computers for their labs, I believe, or community centers, all of these things.
They actually there's a drive going on now where particular businesses in town taking appliances and giving store credit or discounts and stuff like that right now.
Look at that. So tap into that. Definitely tap into that. So now
Especially
I need to
Christmas
go
season,
home
now I
and
replace
see.
things.
Now I need to go home and see what appliances I have that I can.
Trust me.
Yeah, because I can get nice, fancier ones, hopefully.
Yes. And don't have to just have the other one in your yard just there.
True. Definitely, please do not put appliances in your yard. Do not throw away your, especially like your old washing machines, fridge, that kind of thing. Don't have them in your yard. It's really, really, really detrimental to everyone's health and the environment as well. So you have these businesses that are doing this, tap into that. If it's definitely not in good condition and cannot be reused or anything like that, take it to the landfill. Tipping fees are only $5 per ton. $5 per ton.
And if you didn't remember, guys, that's £2,200.
Ah, look at you.
I know. I pay attention.
Tap yourself. So just $5. You take it to the landfill, no problem. You might have to pay the driver for something. If you have a van or something like that, then you have to pay nobody. But let's be responsible. Let's be accountable. So yes, some of us are dreamers, like myself, and we think that we're going to fit in those outfits again. And maybe by a stroke of miracle, we may one day. But more than likely, that outfit will be out of style and out of fashion, so you still will not wear it, and you'll be purchasing something new. So definitely, if it's something in good condition, do the right thing, give it away. Christmas is coming up. There are going to be a lot of drives. There are going to be a lot of persons who are going to be in need. And so we can sort of offset that by sharing. I went to church this Sunday, and it was about giving. And so the sermon was about giving. My dear mother preached, and I did not zone her out. You know, when you have a parent, whenever they speak, you tend to zone them out. So I really try to be...
I won't admit that on the... Yeah.
Neither will I.
What? Oh! I don't think she could bang me anymore. So I try when I go to church to really, really try to tune in. And her sermon was really, really good this week, if I may say so. And it was about giving. And I thought about the importance of giving at this time. Because we think what we have to hold on to it because of the uncertainty of the future, and not realizing that when you release, you actually open yourself to receive more. And so the little that you have, you're trying to hold on to it so tight that you do not create any opportunity to receive anything else. So let go, share it. So if you have, 5 kgs or 5 pounds of rice and you see your neighbor needs, share that. If you have 1 load of spicy because somebody from England felt sorry for you and sent it down, and you have a whole bunch, share that. And you'll be surprised that returns to you tenfold in other forms. What are you gonna do with 5 bottles of complete seasoning?
I tired to ask that question. What are you gonna do, Jade?
Oh, Jade, why are you attacking Jade like that?
5 bottles of complete seasoning.
What you gonna do with 5 bottles of complete seasoning, Jade? Cook. You could
Share one, Jade.
share one.
I don't think I would ever have 5 bottles of.
And then somebody gives you 1 bottle of paprika. So you have, a little mix,
No, you got a
something else. A little flavor, a little
but I'm
extra
on Sunday.
flavor. You know?
Am I talking about food?
Hey, watch it. I never got a seasoning and lock you out.
I just want to listen to it out.
Himalayan says sea salt and that kind of thing.
Yeah, tell us how you got.
Oh, gosh. So, but at the end of the day, I thought it was really important that we learn to share, especially now when we think we don't have enough, because she spoke about the woman who made the cake for, I think it was Elijah. And so that was her last. And it was really important that she shared her last, because in sharing her last, she opened up a blessing to be fed for the entire drought.
Right.
And so sometimes we think we're holding on, thinking we're saving ourselves, when really and truly it's to our own detriment. So share with one another. So that dress that you so love that you're not going to fit into, share it with someone. That TV that's there that Black Friday is coming up, you're buying another one.
Yep.
Give that to
that.
someone. Don't just chuck it somewhere in your house until it dry rots.
Exactly.
Give it to somebody else, so that we can really be a blessing to one another, because it's Christmas is supposed to be a season for sharing and giving and loving one another, and really just appreciating family and loved ones, and acquaintances and friendship and all of that. So let's start now. So your appliances, take them to the businesses so that somebody can get those at a cheaper rate. Your clothing, I'm sure there are a lot of persons doing drives. Just a little Google research or a few phone calls and you can get all the information that you need. And so I want to just end off by saying it's the little decisions that we make that really, really matter. For example, instead of using a toothbrush, the plastic toothbrushes that we have that we so love, you opt for a bamboo one that's, recyclable, that can actually deteriorate and so forth. So rather than plastic toothbrushes, you just go and you purchase one that's bamboo. And you use the plastic ones that you have, if you still have in stock. Use those for cleaning. Use those for your edges. Females, y'all know what I'm talking about. Use those for your edges. Use those for cleaning and so forth. And everything will be fine until they've been used up. And then you just continue with your bamboo stuff after that. So all I want to say is be mindful of the decisions that you make. Take into account how it's going to affect the earth in the long run. So whatever you put into your house matters, and whatever comes out of your house also matters. The same thing, whatever you put into your mouth matters as to how healthy you will be. So thank you for joining us once again on yet another segment of Talking Trash. I'm your host, Nama, and don't forget to join us next week right here on Win FM 98.9. I'll try not to come alone next time. If you have any questions or matters to report to us, please contact us at headquarters 465-9507, 465-9507, or the landfill 466-1471. Landfill, especially for the tipping fees, 466-1471. For those of you who may not wish to call us, you can email us at info@stkitsswmc.com. And all of this information, all you have to do is Google Solid Waste Management St. Kitts, and you'll be able to get all of this information. So if you want to reach out to us, please do not hesitate to do so. Thank you, everyone, and have a blessed week.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, The SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Christmas starts now with not 1, not 20, but 90. Yes, 90 happy days of Christmas at SL Hospital and Company. Local agents for Guardian General Insurance. Yes, happening now until next year, January 31st, 2022. Guardian General Insurance is offering specials on new, private, and commercial motor vehicles. Get 20%, yes, 20% off all private vehicles with a minimum value of EC $40,000. Or commercial vehicles with a minimum value of EC $50,000. This happy days of Christmas special offer also includes reduced premium on open policies, coupons for free groceries, 30% no claims discount for first-time owners, plus free windscreen coverage for up to $3,500, free coverage for any driver over 25 years with at least 2 years driving experience, 30% elite discount for both private and commercial vehicles, loss of use $250 EC per day, max 7 days, private policies. It's 90 whopping happy days of Christmas happening now at Hospitals, local agents for Guardian General Insurance. Call 465-9355 now for details. Terms and conditions apply.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Island Tea, right here on Wind Media SKN with your faves, Kevin and Azem featuring Jade, Gwen, Idita, CPL, Johnson.
Good morning again. We're back.
Jade is in a great mood and that makes me feel good. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
I am in an awesome mood. I have my coffee. Should be tea, but you know.
Yeah, I realize you've been on a coffee thing the last couple days, you know. Since last week, or is this week? I realized it yesterday.
You're judging me. I feel it.
No, I mean judging you. I just saying that I see you. Yeah. But
Okay.
But yeah, guys.
Even that feel judge still.
Mm-hmm. Well, we just talked to Nama and talking trash, and now we're getting into some tea time.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I love it when things come together.
As it should. Anyway,
So,
we have some things to talk about.
Why are things going on in the world, boy? In fact, and specifically right here in St. Kitts. Now, this is the kind of headlines that does just draw me in, Jade. Just
Gripping.
snatch my attention.
As it should.
The headline of the story that we are going to discuss next reads very simply: no gun found at school.
And that's all you need. That's all you need to know.
And right then and there, all I do is I fall to my knees and give a small note of thanks.
And then you try to figure out, well, which school?
Well, wait, which school? Where is this? Where's this news? It
Should I be worried?
Yeah, like he feel as though wait. Initially, it's like, thank God, but then it's like, wait, this is not the norm. like, so let us delve deeper into this story.
Yes.
Police have denied allegations of a firearm being found at a public school on Nevis. Those allegations are false, a senior law enforcement official told Win on Monday, but revealed that a student threatened to kill some of his classmates.
Sorry?
I feel like the revelation there, I feel like it just came out very casual.
Yes.
The senior police officer told Win the student has since been taken off the school and is now temporarily living in St. Kitts with family.
So yes.
Okay. Allegations surfaced on social media of a firearm being found at a public school in Nevis. No official statement has been made by the Ministry of Education on the allegations. So first thing first, yes, thank God there is no gun found at the school. I would also hope that based on the threats, that perhaps the home of the student, might have been searched as well. I don't know.
However, if it was me,
I would hope so. No, of course, you don't just walk in people's house and just start to search
no,
up
you
the
have
thing.
to have probable cause and
But
all
not
these
only
things,
that, I would
but
want to believe that. Well, no. I was about to say perhaps the guardians might have welcomed, a search like that, but probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So I really hope this young man gets some help.
So he's a young man.
I feel like that's what was mentioned, no?
No, he's a student.
Okay, I hope that the student gets some help. Counseling is available. There's the counseling center, 466
5,000.
5,000. If one is Domino's, one is the counseling center. If you call Domino's, order pizza anyway, it helps with depression.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
kill two birds with one stone.
What kind of pizza you like, by the way? What you like on your pizza?
Pineapples. Pineapples and pepperoni.
Okay.
I'm one of those people.
If I ordering from Domino's, it's probably they have a Mediterranean thing.
Yeah, well,
Which is like a Mediterranean veggie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys. I think what's important here as well is to note that that the threat wasn't taken lightly. Like there was some. I think a lot of times we dismiss things. I don't like that sometimes it feels as though we have to wait until something happens for there to be some type of response.
Welcome to St. Kitts.
Yeah, but
friend.
it does seem as though in this particular situation that somebody did look into it.
Thankfully.
And if that means now that that it's recognized that the student has some issues, perhaps the student has been bullied in school. Perhaps the student.
That's one reason I would say I want to.
Yeah, perhaps the student has needs some help in managing emotion, right, and stuff like that. I think that's good. Not only that, I think it serves as an example to students recognizing that there's consequences for your actions. I think that we're at a place now, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of times I seem like maybe a little bit old school in some of my thinking, but I think we're creating a situation, especially for young people, where there's no consequence. And in the absence of consequence, then there's no accountability, there's lack of discipline, and so we see where that takes us. And so I see that as a big issue now with the way things are handled. Like, I was one of them people, like, yeah, if somebody win a race, they win a race. If you come last, you come last. Just go train harder. Participation trophies and them thing there, and like, oh, we are all winners. No, you lost. So what that means is that you now have to work harder. That's that. It doesn't make you less valuable or anything, but I'm not going to reward you for not performing.
There's a perfect example of that I read recently, right? It was a school in the US, I think. They won a basketball game 102 or 105 to 0. It was basketball?
Yeah, with that kind of score, most likely, yeah.
So they had to then apologize for
beating the team
in that way.
But
because
but y'all come here complain and
I said, huh? Why would I have to apologize because your team
No.
That doesn't make sense.
The purpose of the game is to win, to score. We did that better than you. Like, what are you saying? No. You need to apologize for showing up here and not giving us ample competition. The whole purpose of this thing is to be competitive. You showed up here and weren't competitive. You were the one who had a transgression, not me. Well, anyway. This is, but again, this is something that I believe runs deeper, and we see it in kids all the time now, where there's no consequence for a lot of the things that they do and say. And thing. I've been on record here saying I'm not for corporal punishment and them kind of things. I don't believe violent acts are a proper response to somebody doing something that you don't like. But that don't mean there shouldn't be consequences.
There definitely have to be.
And to be honest, I can tell you something. I prefer the licks when I was younger. The licks the school quicker than the talk. That was just me. The talk will go maybe my father is a man who talk to.
That's the problem. If you got to out-talk the licks, that's the issue.
I'm telling you, but the talk used to last longer than the licks.
Because some people talks don't go very long. They're very short. Because you know why? They're talking while the beating is happening. So by the time the beating done, the talk done.
I didn't even think you was here today when that was the gear I was going in. When I hear this woman next to my partner just punctuating the licks with bad words.
Stop taking out your frustration on your kids, please.
Yeah.
We understand y'all have had days, work may suck. However, don't go home and take it out on your kids. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That warrants that.
And one of the other aspects of this story too that I think needs to be mentioned is y'all using your social media too irresponsible, yo. Who and again, no consequence. Who is the person who up there talking about, they find a gun in the school?
You know, I saw it on social media before I started a new story, right? That's why they had to bring out a new story.
That's why they had to say that they didn't find a gun. And
I literally scrolled past this somewhere, I read it, and I was like, huh. Then I waited, because that's what you do when you see things that you can't.
Not most people. Most people share the live.
And now y'all create a whole rumor.
But I can't sing. Actually, I can turn up so coming out here.
Sing like it?
There's a Molly song. You hear Molly song yet?
Sing what you just sing again.
You got a part in the song where they say, I can't talk, but I can't sing.
You go ahead.
That's how the song go. You stop there, Molly song.
Actually supposed to be on the backyard on Saturday, guys.
Well, you stop there.
I will tune in. I will tune in because I need to. I like Molly. Because no matter what y'all say, like he understands that he has a speech impediment and that don't bother him. He literally does whatever he wants still, and y'all just
watch you
mad.
People, I don't even understand. Watch you.
Well, you makes me do that because
Molly is vibes now. Molly is just vibes. But Molly just make me laugh, yo. Man just make me laugh. Like,
yes.
Man just vibes. Hey, big up Molly one time. Molly Media. Man, big up Molly Media, bye.
Listen.
And, hey, like I said, the man sounds so good. Stop there.
Me
Log
I gonna
on,
laugh
log
when
on
I
to
first
Molly
heard it.
Media, log on. I was like, what? My Molly sound good. Hey,
The man sing he own ad, that's how you promote. That is how you
cross promotion.
easily.
Hey, the other thing about Molly, right? I am convinced that there's about 6 of them.
He all over for sure.
I am convinced
This one
that
really everywhere,
I
huh?
believe Molly just ain't let us know that he's a quintuplet.
Like the 3 brothers that found themselves when they went to college. There was a story about
Hey, if you didn't find the story, tell me, Jane, tell me about this one.
no, I don't like how you say these things.
No, tell me because
Okay.
it's very interesting.
So these brothers were separated as babies by this corporation.
By a corporation?
Yeah, man. Real evil genius things. Yeah, they were separated by a
Okay, yeah.
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
one of the brothers went to college the prior year, and then another one went to the same college, and people kept trying to talk to him, and he like,
Who are you?
I
don't know you.
This is his first time at the school, so he don't know none of these people, but they're talking to him. So
Like the name, yeah.
yeah, like they've been with him, and he was like, what is happening?
Yeah, lost.
So he went to his room after people kept calling him. I can't remember his brother's name, but they kept calling him his brother's name. And then he went to his room, and his brother's friend came to the room to see, because he kept hearing on campus that,
He was back.
yeah, so he went and he was like, this is weird. I have to introduce you to somebody because y'all look exactly alike.
Yeah, doppelganger.
Yeah, so they went and they got they drove to his house and they introduced themselves, and it was so weird because they acted just alike. But that wasn't even it. They got so famous because I don't understand. Because they were twins, I guess.
Yeah, they were twins.
They were long lost twins.
Yeah.
And so the third brother,
There's another one.
yes, that's exactly what the mom said.
The mom said there's another one.
But yeah.
Wow.
Cause she got a phone call from the brother, was like, these 2 guys look exactly like me. I don't know what's happening here, but
Oh, so these 2 got famous, and the dude who looking at them be like, but wait, that is my face?
yes. So he went to meet them. No, all 3 of them got famous, and then the parents was like, how come when I was, because all of them were adopted, how come when I was adopting these kids, nobody
They
tell
told me
us?
that they had 2 other brothers.
So so they went to the meeting, and the corporation tried to apologize and was like, it's so sorry.
Corporation.
You know how they be like, yeah, so sorry.
This
we
is like
didn't-
some
we
Gotham
deceived
City
you."
kind of thing, eh?
This is like a villain origin story right here.
The corporation was Monsanto.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. But what's funny, right? This is what makes it.
Johnson.
I mean, it could have well be, but it wasn't.
Oh boy.
So after the meeting, one of the fathers forgot like an umbrella in the room. So he went back to get it. You know what the people have been there doing? Toasting champagne and stuff like, yeah, we get away. Yeah, we get away with this. They know.
The corporation people?
Yes, as a
So they just did a social experiment, basically.
life is wild,
Yo, people be wilding out here, bye.
Oh my God, that was, yeah. But I got famous for being triplets that nobody know about.
Wow.
And this is
What a life,
but this
what
is
a
a
life.
normal thing. You know what's funny? There are things like mass insemination that like people literally go around just doing it just to make money. So like you have a bunch of kids out here just because you want to make money.
When you say make money, you're talking about like from like welfare and stuff, right?
No,
Like what?
like sperm banks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've seen documentaries when all of the kids come to. I don't know if I would. I probably would want to meet my brothers and sisters. But like if I have 22 of them, that's a lot.
Yeah, I remember one time I went to the sperm bank with a friend of mine.
As if I have a kid within a round.
No, I didn't donate.
That's,
I didn't donate, but he wasn't really on like good financial terms. So like, but he was a hustler. He was one of them man, like anything that could make money, like he was gonna be on that. He's the same friend who will tell you to play video games. Used to like to beta test video games, and they'll pay him to just play video games.
no, I understand that one.
Yeah, so like, but he would also like go to the sperm bank, like he needed a little extra cash.
Troubling. That one is troubling.
Yeah, he'll go to the sperm bank and just donate some kids.
You think a sperm bank would work here?
I think we're too small.
Okay. Could be a
Well, no. It might actually work. I'll tell you something. One, bear in mind that the market would just not be Kittitian people. Like you could come from wherever and
Nobody want it. Never mind.
yeah, that's the first thing.
Yeah, no.
But then the second thing is we also have to recognize that there's a stigma attached to St. Kitts people, and a lot of time it's false narratives. I remember a few years ago. A few depending on how old you be. This would have been like maybe 2011.
That's a few, man.
Yeah, 10 years. So like 2011, we were over Frigate Bay, me and some friends, and we ran into some tourists. And we're talking to the tourists, and we recognize like they kind of know what's going on. When I say what's going on, like they know specific places on the island and stuff. So I was the one who was like, but y'all know the island, man. Like y'all been here a while, and they're like, oh no, we come here every summer. And I was like, you come here every summer? And I was like, yes, we come every summer. We heard about you guys and what used to happen here, and so we come and we just enjoy the company of the Kittitian men. We like the Kittitian men and whatever. And at that point, and that point, it might have been the most confusing moment of my life, because it was the first time I could remember having such a visceral mix of both pride and anger at the same time. Just like
y'all are being used by these terrorists.
I just was like, excuse me?
That's
what you saying?
That's unfortunate.
I don't even want to say. I don't even want to.
Caribbean thing, because
I don't even want to say on radio what I went on to say.
Because we're gonna get calls. I mean doing it today.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like this is like a Caribbean thing. People actually travel to this.
Yeah.
Because the men in the Caribbean apparently.
I don't know.
Are in high demand. So yep, people travel here. Speaking of traveling to here, so somebody came here and did not leave and was.
Yo. Jade, when I saw this, I was. You saw my reaction.
Yes, and I screamed. What?
Well, let's continue. Let's continue this.
I think I might have to play the video via the computer so people could actually hear this story. Wild as it maybe. Why we always it's up? Why we anything?
We're wilding.
Where are we? I feel like we've been in a lot of things this year, more things than usual. We're going to do a recap at the end of the year.
Right, some of the hottest stories.
Because boy, oh boy.
Yeah, we should do that. Some of the hottest stories. I know. Number one will probably be Chuxi.
Yes.
Chuxi was definitely up there this year.
Yes, and then Hush Puppy right behind him. Because Kittitian things. But we're going to have to play this story. Go ahead, play the story. Yeah.
No, this was actually sent to me by an avid listener of the show, right?
The one has to be in the nonsense. That's why.
No. He usually just sends me like interesting stories, different topics, stuff like that, and so. You gotta pause the music first, and then.
That's only that. I tried to pause the video.
Yeah, that what I mean. Okay. All right, guys. So this is a report. Put it back to the beginning, too, Jade. This is a report of very interesting story, guys. Listen and enjoy if you can.
Well, it's a custody battle that didn't go too well. A 25-year-old who's still in the missing person database is trying his best to clear his name and his father's name. Jocelyn Person spoke with the 25-year-old, and she joins us in the studio with more. Jocelyn?
Brian, 25-year-old Eris Howard is seeking help to be able to travel back to the U.S. Now he and his father can't do so, all because of a custody battle that went too far.
This picture of a missing person is Eris Howard. He also goes by Alex. He's been in the missing person database for over 15 years. But the now 25-year-old isn't really missing. He's been unable to leave the Caribbean island, St. Kitts, all because of a battle between his parents that went wrong.
Pretty much way back when I was like maybe 5 or 6, my parents divorced, right? And Tennessee has jurisdiction, like over custody, all that. And my mother had full custody, but she kept disobeying the court.
One day when Howard visited his mother in Erie, Howard's mom didn't want to send him back to his dad. And that's when...
had to order 2 police officers to physically remove me from my mother and put me on a plane back to my dad. And then that's where the whole kidnapping thing began.
Howard said...
So, 2 things.
Yo, people be wilding out here, bye.
I'm sorry to report, but this isn't a true story.
Yeah, I actually heard that thing. And the funny thing about it was this, right? I was watching the dude and I was thinking to myself, I sure I spot this dude like in the hills one time when I went on a hike here.
Listen, not only that, right?
I sure I spot this man in the...
Ain't nowhere this man living here for all these years and accents.
And so that's the other thing.
Ain't nowhere.
That's the other
on
thing.
God's green earth. Because people come here for a week and start yanking. It was not. No. But you see how, like, these things are actually things that happen for real. Like, people disappear with kids.
No, let me tell you something, right? One of the things, too, when it comes to disagreements between parents, right? And children get caught in the middle, some of the things that these children have to go through, right? Does just blow my mind, you know.
No, I got to change my name
my mind.
because you and mommy couldn't figure it out. Now we have to live in the Caribbean. I mean, and down here is a good place. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
it's a good place
if
to
you're
go.
going to kidnap me and carry me anywhere, the Caribbean is it?
So this ain't the white man who they said will just be in the hills up by Mount Liamigo.
Man, no. First of all, I didn't know there's a...
Girl, yeah, you never hear about that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, like a Tarzan type individual. They'll just be like peeking out through the bushes
Is this
and
up
stuff.
there with the dragon? Because...
Well, we know the dragon there. Like, we know the dragon is... Yeah.
his dad is hiding from the law and using this as a story.
The plot thickens.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
The plot thickens.
Okay, but why they had to include St. Kitts? They just was looking on him up and was like,
St. Kitts has been getting a couple mentions in the media.
That's what I mean, and it's.
I was watching Undisputed. Yeah, Undisputed one day with Skip and Shannon, and Skip made a mention of St. Kitts, and I was like, wait, but like I realize I hear a lot of these St. Kitts lately on these shows.
Yes, I love when it's good things.
Yeah, he was actually suggesting that somebody was hiding out here too, but. Oh my! I guess, guys, if you are hiding from the law, or if your child's mother is just acting crazy and won't allow you to be in your child's life, St. Kitts is the place. St. Kitts is the place. That's what's going on. Is that what you were saying, Jade? Okay. I think that's what you were getting at, no?
You know, let's get at a break.
Let's do a break.
Let's get at a break. So I can talk to you off here. I don't want everybody to hear this. So. Guys, we'll be right back.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, we're back. Right here on We Media SKN for more Island Tea. It is November 9th and the time is 9:33.
It is.
Jade, let's get into some more stories. See what going
Yeah,
on
man.
here, no, man. Let's see what going on here, man.
Stop saying.
But I know, because I know what's coming up next. I know what's coming up next. We spoke about this just a week or two ago, you know.
Really?
A week or two ago.
What we were saying?
I was speaking. You weren't here.
Oh, okay.
But we were talking about a similar situation that happened in Atlanta.
Oh.
And I urged
They didn't
my
listen to
countrymen, hoping they would take heed.
They didn't listen to the show that day.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well, hey, you guys, this is what happened when you don't listen to Island Tea.
These days.
You miss out on the gems. But guys, there's a story in the news speaking about some St. Kitts and Nevis nationals convicted in gun smuggling ring in the UK. One of the quotes is, "We make a lot of money, bro." And it seems as though the dealers disguise U.S. mail order guns as car parts to sell to gangs.
Vibes.
Wow.
Vibes.
2 UK-based St. Kitts Nevis nationals have been convicted of running a mail order gun service after a trial at Birmingham Crown Court that ended today. The National Crime Agency launched an investigation after 2 semi-automatic pistols and hollow point bullets were intercepted at Coventry Airport on January 24th, 2020. Border Force officers recovered the weapons, which had been concealed in an electronic safe in a package labeled as car parts, sent from Orlando, Florida. The parcel was addressed to a John Bob Walton. Yo, come on. Come on.
That is really where you come up,
John Bob Walton.
Bro, I'm disappointed.
Yo, they think it's, come on, we gotta do better than this, man.
We could have done better than that.
Look, let me tell you something. How can we be so good at making up nicknames and then so bad at making up real names?
They're like, just open me, please. John Bob. What? Okay.
John Bob?
John Bob? What?
In the UK, Jade.
John Bob. I think I start calling you John Bob.
You might as well, cause nobody can believe that's my actual name. Alright, so 5 days later, a man claiming to be Walton called Parcel Force asking where. Watch here, guys. When your gun does not come in the mail, you don't call the place.
No, you have to.
To argue, to ask, hey, where's my package?
You have to.
No, they got it. Let that one go.
Boy.
Let that one go. Count your losses, bro.
You just got to take a L on this one by John Bob.
John Bob calling to find out where he guns at?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What is one in the criminal school, man? What is one in the criminal school? Anyway. 5 days later, yeah. Anyway, a man claiming to be Walton called Parcel Force asking where it was.
Mm-hmm.
NCA investigators traced a number back to Dion Roberts, 33, from Lodge Green Lane, Meridian, Coventry. Roberts and the second man, Keston Joseph, also 33, from Broad Street, Folshell, Coventry, was stopped by NCA officers. Wait there. You called to ask about your guns from your real number?
You just realized?
Okay, Jade. Okay.
I was just waiting for you to stop, because I had some questions. I was just waiting for you to get to the story. It just resonates, no? Yeah, man. His live number.
Okay. Mr.
Boy, yeah, this is just boy.
Why
Boy.
drive down to some podunk country in Worcestershire somewhere? You know there's a Worcestershire
They could
somewhere.
have just buy a phone. Y'all ain't watching the right movies. I don't know what movies y'all watching, but that's not how it works. Y'all never, ever call from your actual number.
And they
because
could try
the
and they
actual
could-
number can be traced.
and they could triangulate
It's the
the
police.
cell phone. So even so, you go somewhere else to make the call.
Hey, boy, y'all. Bye. Y'all embarrassing us. I'm ain't gonna lie. Y'all embarrassing the country.
Like, okay, look. Like,
Like, why would you do that?
people might be upset because we're saying that these people are embarrassing us. Let me clear that up right away.
Yeah, it's
right?
not because.
No, let me clear it up, Jade, because this is the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is trying to encourage anybody to,
Oh, no,
to
that's not
partake
it.
to partake in this type of behavior. However,
However.
we do have a way of romanticizing and glorifying gangsters from other cultures.
We have a standard.
Like all of us love watching Scarface, The Godfather, all these movies.
Casino.
Everybody know
Boy.
Al Capone. Everybody know all these things.
You
so
got to go
all I'm
Caribbean
saying,
shuttles and.
so all I'm saying is, when we have our gangsters, you can't be embarrassing us.
Y'all
You
know
can't
the
be
type of
embarrassing
movie-
us.
Look, imagine this as a movie. Y'all would be shouting at y'all TV currently. If y'all see the decisions being. Don't do it. Moral of the story.
Just keep out.
Yeah, everything for everybody.
Guys.
I mean, circumstances make you do things sometimes, but sometimes it's just when you sit back. First, write it down and then read to it, and then when you read into it, you're gonna realize, right? Maybe I shouldn't.
Yo, the thing about this too, right? I don't even think these men plead. I think that man waste the court time talk and went to trial. Yeah.
Why?
Just based on how they stepped to the top with the trial finishing.
I wouldn't do that because I'm innocent. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I see police.
Both were arrested. Joseph was released on the
mean-
investigation, but Roberts was remanded in custody and phone seized, yes. Analysis of the messages showed that he had arranged the importation with a contact known as Shatter, who was based in Florida. The always Shatter. It's always Shatter.
I'm not going to lie. This is a wild story. Like, the more you read it, the worse it just keeps getting better. It gets better. I don't even know if to say it's getting better. It's getting worse. It's just getting interesting. It's getting interesting.
Hey, and the thing about it for me too, right? The youth, they done had a successful shipment. Right, let me just cut you the story quick. So they done had a successful shipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
The youth in England gonna tell him, yo, include some bullets, bro. The man gonna tell him, yo, that ain't a smart play, because they give off a certain smell. You understand where I'm coming from? The bullets.
Shatter?
Yeah.
No, Shatter is zero gun.
So Shatter
is
trying to tell the man, yo,
Wait.
I would send the bullets, but bro, that probably ain't a smart idea because they're gonna give off a certain smell.
And then everybody caught up.
And everybody caught up. So maybe we just cool on the bullets. But nobody send them bullets still, man.
Vibes.
Shatter was like, okay, you're paying. Okay, my friend. Okay. I send bullets, okay? I send bullets. You need bullets? I send bullets, okay?
I know everybody got jail. Well, except Shatter.
But Shatter cool. Cause
Shatter
the UK police ain't care about Shatter.
He probably read this like, you see, I tell her I saw you know.
Bye. Shatter say, I want him here. I want him here.
They don't listen. Boy, that's unfortunate.
Yo, this is the point I was making a few weeks ago, right? This is the point I was making a few weeks ago because we had a similar situation take place some weeks ago. We discussed it here on the show. Guys, listen to your Uncle Royal, okay? We understand that sometimes, right, it's difficult when you leave, go to a new place. It gets difficult. I know, I've lived out there. It ain't easy. You understand? But before you go and try to find easy money, take your happy self. Come back home.
We here for you, you know?
Come back home. We are here for you.
We will accept you with open arms. You don't have to do this.
Come home.
You do not have to do this, bud. This is not an option that you have to pursue. Like saying it, what's wrong with here? We love it here.
I love it, yeah.
They should too.
Let me tell you something, guys. I understand that you go out there and the lure of easy money.
The nice things.
Yeah, and look, and the thing about it, right, Jade, let me tell you something. Generally, right, when people leave their country and go to other places, they ain't going there. They ain't going there to like scrunt.
No.
They want to live a certain. They want to live a better life, whatever, however they
they
define it.
deserve,
Right.
yes.
Right. But if it ain't working, because because sometimes what you gotta do to get a foot up ain't easy. You gotta work 2-3 jobs. The pandemic dropping, all kind of things going on, right?
I have friends that was like, okay, pandemic, I coming home.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I would have done.
They didn't call shutter.
The
They did not call shutter. You understand?
Now you have to spend the pandemic in jail? Oh gosh. Jail already ain't pleasant. Imagine with I'm sorry.
Shutter one, the man, you shutter
The
tell him,
man
man.
said, don't do that.
Shut-
These things as a listen, there was about 5 steps. Missteps.
But this thing went wrong
Early.
early.
One, the man tell you no bullets.
No, the first thing is, you ain't a gun runner, bro. You need to chill.
Yeah, but you're done too far. You're done too far. we done into
Aye.
it. We done into it now. Don't take no bullets. Simple maths. Don't take no bullets. Okay, cool. Do not.
What part of the car the bullet supposed to be? That's what I want to know. What part of the car the bullet supposed to be?
Not only that.
I could understand you could dismantle a gun. You could dismantle a gun and say it's car parts. You can't dismantle a bullet.
Yeah, they look like bullets, man. And they smell like bullets too. I'm pretty sure. But not only that, you know. If you lose your shipment, do not call the place you lose it at for it.
Hey, I ordered a gun last week.
And
it has not.
Imagine me calling.
I ordered a gun. I ordered a gun last week. Guys, I don't know what's happening. Come on.
Y'all accustomed to give me better customer service than this. What's this?
Nobody could call and say, "Where's my package?" I've been tracking
Nobody
the package.
could tell me that the package late, nothing.
I've been tracking the package. I saw that it reached your facility. Why is it taking so? Yo.
The police just. You know what's funny? I feel like the police just knew they would call.
No, I don't think so. The police didn't think they would call. And they didn't call the police. Remember, they actually called the parcel place. I think the parcel place was kind of like. Okay, Jade,
Jade,
wait. Could you imagine? The thought of the guy who answered the phone, and Pan was just like, "Good morning, parcel force. Hi, good morning. My name is Mr. Walton. There's a package should be there for me." Apparently they're going, "Mr. Walton, give me the full name, please. John Bob Walton." Pana does like, wait.
Can't be the same man.
Pana probably called if and like, "Hey, remember the package that the police went with?"
You know the call.
There's somebody on the phone right now looking for.
Listen, your decision's questionable, Mingale.
Oh man.
They're saying
John Barber.
And you not only do you call, okay, if you're calling to see, fine. Why would you call from your personal phone that they could look up?
But not only that,
understand how technology.
Jade.
What?
You're talking about technology. Just for those of you listening who may not have read the article, the police also, when they took his phone, recovered all the evidence they needed because he took pictures holding the gun. He took pictures. He took pictures. Please.
You're making up the story though. Show me the article because you're making
Jade,
it up. Stop.
Jade,
Stop.
no. Okay,
right.
let me read.
Right.
Let me read the exact. Let me read the
You're
exact.
lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Okay, right?
You're lying.
It says, let's just call him John Bob because people actually know who this dude is. So John Bob and Joseph collected the package containing the first weapon on January 11, 2020. Officers recovered a photo from Joseph's phone of him holding the gun, which had been taken that morning.
No. No. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
Guys. When you order guns from your Florida Connect, please don't take pictures with the guns.
What the heck?
Don't take pictures with the guns. This is just a little tip. Just a little tip.
No. What? No, Azim.
Jade, this is what...
No, Azim.
Watch your head.
I refuse. No part of the story you just tell me makes sense.
The bad
because
man...
nothing was done.
Actually, the bad man of the 90s in St. Kitts, this year would have never happened, yeah.
What do you mean?
The bad man of the 90s, this would have never happened. The bad man of the 90s, them was real bad man. Them man know what's going on. Them man ain't taking a picture of the guns.
As if my man ain't had a camera phone first thing.
Jade, them had enough money to have them instant Polaroids.
Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, why would you take pictures with the evidence? Why would you just be like, yes? Why would you go to trial? Why would you go to trial for now everybody to just blow up your picture? Because you know, right? When you go court for certain things and they bring out the
evidence here, the evidence here.
That is bring out what it
Exhibit A.
When they put out that what you call it? Etcher? Ether?
No,
let's put the pictures on.
The pictures on easel.
Yes, when you put on the easel, when you open the easel, you blow up the picture, you know they blowing up the picture.
Watch it, that picture there is about a 7x8.
That picture is 4K. They got a man in 4K.
Color correct that there.
You're just out here, boy.
Hey.
I mean, well, you're coming home, so.
Again, the point of the story, guys. Apparently, Kittitians, we have lost our true gangster essence.
Wow.
Let's stick to legal things. And those of you who are in the diaspora, we are here for you. Come home. If things are rough, you fall on hard times, come home. We have lots of grass that needs to be cut. It's been raining lately.
Listen, I see. Did you want to put out 4 job positions today?
Watch here. Best Buy looking for people, yeah?
Come home.
Best Buy looking for people.
Come home, please.
And you ain't got to worry about having to have a second phone. You could just have the one phone.
Well, he clearly didn't worry about having a second phone.
He didn't. He didn't do that either.
No, he just used the one that he got
But
to the plan.
But we see what happened.
With his address and other... anyway.
Good.
Yeah. That was great. That was great.
But hey.
Yikes. I still don't believe that story. I'm just letting you know. Like I still don't believe that story. So let's go on to something that's a little more believable, please. What else do we have here?
The man went in the text message and pull out my partners. We make a lot of money, yo.
You could imagine being his defense attorney?
What defense attorney? Who taking that case?
Then be like...
Imagine when you go back to like the attorney lunchroom and the man saying, yeah, but that case here today, but...
The man take a picture, you know? Imagine telling your attorney, yes. You take a picture. Like, he gonna be like, oh, what? Because... Can't be.
Man, a real bad man.
No, not
Take
really.
picture with the gun, bad man.
As him comes off the radio. What time is it? Because you're making... You got this thing as a joke now. You got this thing as
Call for my personal cell phone, bad man.
Don't let me make you sad, you know. Do not let me make you sad. Do you know a former member of UB40 has died?
Yes, actually, yeah, prayers and condolences. Because I think that I think UB40 was one of them bands that really kind of push reggae music.
They did.
When I say push it, like, and I mean, yes, it was a lot of it had to do with the voice of
I know you ain't touch me thinking I could help you.
Didn't, oh my gosh,
No,
I feel so bad now.
You should.
Oh, but yes, I want to call his name. I don't want to not call his name. Call his name, Jade. Yes, Astro. Terrence Astro Wilson.
You mean so you was asking me to call the name of the guy who died?
Right, because I kept saying yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Ali Campbell. Ali Campbell is who was trying. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that. But yeah, Ali Campbell. A lot of it was pushed by Ali Campbell, but a lot of the but the contribution of the entire band, the style of the music and everything.
Reggae pop band. They are legendary, honestly. They are legendary.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, Jade. This just reminds me, guys, we are still in mission Make It to 2022. Still on mission Make It to 22. I just want all of us to make it, that's all. I just want all of us to complete the mission, that's all.
Yes, please. Let's not do the Squid Games antics. This almost feels like the first game in Squid Games. Life currently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Red light, green light, bye.
Yes. You're just trying to make it over the finish line, but, you know, we're dropping out.
We only have a few minutes left. You want to do the Astro World?
Yeah, we could. Because boy, oh boy.
Yeah, we could just kind of go into it quickly.
You know why this story stood out to me? Not that it could happen to us, because we're not doing those things.
Oh, it could happen to us. Have you seen Juve Morning?
Yeah,
okay.
true.
Okay.
So what
How
happened?
many times you didn't see somebody get run over by a big truck? Okay.
Oh yeah, we used to. It used to be.
Okay.
It's not as bad now,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Thankfully.
I think we've mastered. This is so.
No. I can tell you something.
We've mastered the
Big
art
up to
of
big up.
tractors.
But in that, it have got them people there. The what do they call them?
The marshals.
The marshals.
Oh no, the marshals don't play with you.
The marshals out here saving lives. I'm telling you all.
We don't give them enough credit, honestly.
We don't overlook them.
Yeah.
We don't overlook the marshals during carnival time,
And
the
they are
street
so good.
activities.
I know they saved countless lives.
They have saved lives, and that
Because
ain't
they
no
are
exaggeration. That ain't no exaggeration. I'm telling you, they've
Imagine
saved life
drunk-
and limb.
Oh yes. Because y'all out here drunk and just
Yeah.
playing next to tractor wheels. Anywho, so there was a concert over the weekend. Actually, somebody that I know personally worked for the concert. They do this type of work, and he was so happy to go and do some work and see all the people coming back. And me father is here. I wake up the next day, a message: 8 people has died at the concert that I'm working at.
Yeah, we're talking
like,
about
huh?
Astro World, the Astro World Festival, which is put on by Travis Scott.
Yes. So the crowd was so uncontrollable that 8 people died.
See, I think that what is important to note here is there's a couple issues here. So one, there was a limit of 50,000 people. Something like 200,000 people showed up.
Oh, I know what this reminds me of.
Right? Now, I know it's very difficult for persons, especially here in St. Kitts, who may not have experienced that kind of thing, to fathom what that looks like, because you do realize that's the entire population of St. Kitts in one area.
Yes.
Doing at one event.
Imagine having Cooler Fete and everybody in St. Kitts showed, every single
including
person.
the infants, including the police, including
every person that lives.
Well, Tim can be there. Tim can got a nice VIP spot.
Of course, anything else would be
Uncivilized.
Yes. Imagine if everybody is there. And you only have security to secure 50 people. Your venue's capacity is 50 people, including the security. But everybody is there.
Like, okay, so that's one. Two, so what happened was, apparently earlier in the day, there had been persons who there had been persons, well, yeah. There had been persons who would have broken through the gate. I saw videos of people breaking through the gate, overrunning the security checks and stuff like that. Right? Now, as somebody who has been in those situations,
As the mirror starts to cry. Mengele.
no, when I say those situations, I'm talking about just the sheer numbers of people.
Oh, I thought you mean overthrowing the gates.
Oh no.
Because yeah, if that start happening at anything I'm working for, I gonna cry. Because what could do?
You can't do nothing.
Exactly.
You can't do nothing. So I'm thinking, like, I remember the first time I saw 80,000 people. The first time I saw 80,000 people, like, it changed my entire perspective on life. Like, it changed my entire mentality. I remember there was a situation of, like, some years ago where I walked off a music fest stage in the middle of a performance.
I do remember that there.
And people was like, "Oh my God, how you could do that there?" I was like, "Watch here. There's 1,500 people out here and say nothing." You understand where I'm coming from? Like, your perspective change.
Yeah.
You understand? Perspective change. And so I understand that to say it's difficult for a lot of people to even fathom.
I for sure can't.
To fathom what that could have looked like. The second thing is...
Listen, Cool Effect crowd scare me. So I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that little 3,000 people there?
Okay, so imagine seeing 80,000.
There was the year when Damian Marley, the last time Damian Marley was here for Music Festival, that crowd, I think that crowd was scary for a lot of people as well. I think the venue was past capacity as well.
Not shocked. I don't feel I mean.
It was past capacity, Jade. It was past capacity. They had too much people in there. No, what people don't understand is when you're in a crowd like that, right? It is imperative that you are able to keep up with whatever is happening. If the crowd starts to jump, you have to jump.
You better jump.
And if they're jumping for an hour and a half, well, you're gonna have to be jumping for an hour and a half, or you will get lost in the sea. You'll get lost in the sauce. Let me tell you something, Jade. I remember I was doing a show one time, and I had to mix. I was mixing a band, so we're on tour, and I'm on stage, making sure that the band is okay. Cause first thing I go make sure that the band is okay, everything is set up, and then I go out to where I'm supposed to, where I'm supposed to, do my job now, right? So I'm just about finished with the band, and I'm hearing the production manager call for me to get out front. So I'm like, I know he ain't say what, brother. Like, he ain't say what. Like when the band ready, I move off. And the man was like, bro, we have a time limit. Like if you guys don't start now, I'm like, yeah, we're almost done. It ain't even time for us to start yet. He's like, yeah, but you can take you a little while to get out front. And that's when I realized they didn't have the walkway down the center
so you
for me
to fight the crowd.
So he's expecting me to try and fight the Jade. It took me literally a half hour to get from the stage to my mix position.
That's wild.
Pushing through people, everybody going one direction, I trying to go the opposite direction. It took me a half hour. I literally just let the band start and let whoever was out front just kind of deal with it till I got out there. It took me literally 30 minutes.
Well, the man tell you, let's go, Listen.
Crazy. It's crazy. And again, first, condolences to the persons who lost their lives. And I want to wish a speedy recovery to all the people who were injured and traumatized.
No, a lot of people. I was looking at these videos, right? And I had to stop because there were literal videos of people trying to be resuscitated. Police fighting the crowd, people jumping all on the police cars then when they're trying to go save people, like people climbing up to try to tell workers like you have to stop it. People trying to tell the promoter, which is the performer, like you have to stop because people are literally out here passing out.
That's one of the things that was upsetting to me because they don't understand what's happening at that point. When you're up there, you have no idea what's going on. when you're up, like I'm
Because it
from
seems like he just thought
experience.
people was passing out. He didn't realize how drastic things were.
Not like, look, not only that, Jade, you just can't, you can't see. You can't see, like, you don't know what's going on. Like, there's lights in your eyes, there's all this kind of thing. When he noticed somebody was passing out, he stopped the show. I was like, hey, get this guy some help or whatever, get this girl some help or whatever. You don't stop the show for that because it's kind of part and parcel. You expect security to go and get the person. You're not realizing that what's happening is a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Right? That there's a bigger issue happening. There's no way, I'm telling you, and even small stages, you don't see. I'm talking, I've been on stage. I've been on stages where it's like 500 people in the crowd. You can't see the crowd. The lights they are like you can't see, right?
Well,
so you don't have people watch it. Yo.
I do not wish that on no promoter that I know.
Yeah. No, this is the thing that I want to get to with this before we close off. We have to be each other's keeper. I saw a video of a man is videotaping. He was videotaping the crowd, and then you could tell the concert. Then you could tell he kind of recognized, wait, something happening over here, and he just kind of turns with the camera, and there's literally 2 people on the ground, right? Based on how the person was moving, Jade, it don't even look like the person was unconscious. It looked like that person's life had been lost. That's how it looked, right? He then turns back, and there's a girl in front of him, just like, yeah, best concert ever, yeah. We're literally maybe 15 feet away. There's somebody literally fighting for their life. Guys, we have to remain vigilant and acknowledge people's humanity. And in that situation, and situations like these, be each other's keeper. We know that what you go there for is entertainment and fun and whatever. But there's some things that trump that, right? Now, I want to also say that it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge that, of course, in this situation, there was probably a lot of intoxicated people.
Yeah,
let's be honest, a little drug here and there, and so that is going to impair your judgment, right? But all I'm saying is, guys, be each other's keeper. I've been at concerts where somebody has passed out, and you see literally they make a space, they make the crowd parts and allow people to get out and that kind of thing. I told stories here about mosh pits where one guy boxed a man in the face, like, yeah, you okay, bro? You okay, bro? You know what I mean? Like, and then they go back to moshing, right? We have to do better for each other. I don't even know if I could blame. Like, of course, somebody's going to have to take the blame. There's a loss.
Them lawsuits coming by.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be unfortunate on the persons in charge, because at the end of the day, it really came down to the fact that people weren't mindful of other people. I've seen it happen. I told a story here about a bandman right here in St. Kitts who's walking a woman's chest in St. Thomas. running because there was a stampede in the carnival village. We have to do better.
Yeah. I mean, we're limited, so just be mindful.
For whatever, you go to the beach, keep an eye out. Kids on the beach, people in the sea, keep an eye out. You go down in town on a Friday weekend, like there's young people, like sometimes just making sure, like, hey, everybody on the crosswalk watching what's going on. Like, just be, guys, we're on mission, make it to 2022.
Indeed.
These people didn't get the memo, but you did. So please,
let's.
Yeah. And make it to 2022, I mean just yourself. I mean looking out for each other.
Indeed.
So please, that's kind of my takeaway from this whole story. Hopefully, like, we could appeal to people's humanity and recognize that, hey, we gotta look out for each other. But time is fast spent, and we have to leave.
Time for us to go home. Well, time for us to go to work.
Yeah. It's been rich, guys, and yes, we have now reached another milestone. We have officially gotten a spammer on the live.
What? Yes,
we have a spammer who's
welcome.
Welcome. And to all the other people on the live. Morning, Witty, Gawain, Shabang, big up yourself. SH, Patrick been here from early in the class. So all you guys who are part of the crew listening on the radio, whether you're in your bus, which is of course driving the speed limit, because we ain't want no more than mumu accident like what we've been seeing.
Please.
You understand? Because so those of you driving in the buses that are adhering to the traffic laws,
The speed limit.
yeah, big up yourself one time. Guys, we're gonna be here again tomorrow. So please, whatever you have planned, you can do it while you listen to us.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
Anything else would be uncivilized. And just before we go, in the words of the Duke himself, you can't be everybody cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow.